Hello friends, I hope you all are doing fine. Welcome to Gauti's Balcony Blooms. Okay, so today I will be talking about one plant which is not only very easy to grow but also looks extremely beautiful. Now this plant is the Oxalis triangularis plant, which is also commonly called as the purple shamrock plant or even sometimes as butterfly plant because its leaves look like butterflies when they close, and also it is sometimes called as love plant. Yes, because it has heart-shaped petals. Now I have divided this video into 4 parts. First we will be talking about the general characteristics and the features of this plant. Then we will be talking about water, sunlight, soil and fertilizer requirement of these plants. Then we will be talking about the dormancy care, and finally I will try to discuss some of the common issues that people face while growing this plant. Now let's start the first part, which is the general characteristics and features. Now this plant is basically grown from tubers or the bulbs, and it has dark purple colored leaves, and it also produces white or pink or lavender color blooms, and this combination of dark purple leaves and white or pink flowers gives it an extremely beautiful look, this contrast combination. Now as this is grown from bulb, it is also very easy to propagate this plant. You can easily multiply this plant by separating the bulbs and growing in different containers. Now the main growing season of this plant is during the summers. It will bloom very heavily and also grow very rapidly during the summers, but during the winters and the monsoons it will slow down its growth, or it may also enter the dormancy period. Now there are two main important features of this plant which everyone should know. Now the first is that both the leaves as well as the flowers of this plant will open and close in response to the light. That is, the leaves and the flowers will open with the morning sun and they will close at night or when the conditions are cloudy. Now as you can see here, when the leaves of this plant close in the evening or when the conditions are cloudy, they will look like umbrellas or like arrows pointing upwards. Similarly, the flowers of this plant will also close in the evening, and these flowers will easily last for 3 to 4 days, I guess. I don't know the exact number of days these flowers last, but this process happens daily, that is opening and closing of leaves and flowers. Now let's talk about the sunlight, water, fertilizer and soil requirement of this plant. Now as you know that the leaves and the flowers of the plant will respond to the lighting conditions, you need to provide at least bright indirect sunlight to this plant almost all the time. You can also provide direct sunlight, but the leaves of this plant may burn if you keep it continuously in direct sunlight for a longer period of time. Don't place this plant in shaded area or in complete dark corner, or its leaves and flowers may never open. Now watering is the most important part when growing this plant, and it's the biggest reason for killing this plant. Now this plant likes always moist soil and never overwater or underwater this plant. Overwatering is the biggest reason why people kill this plant. Now one thing you need to keep in mind, that is never allow the soil to get completely soggy, and also don't allow the soil to get completely dry for a continuous period of 2 to 3 days, other it will slow down its growth. Just provide it with regular watering and always keep the soil moist. Now when it comes to soil, the best soil for this plant is 50% garden soil and 50% compost, and you can also add a little bit of coco peat. Now the coco peat will ensure that the soil will remain moist for a longer period of time. Now fertilizer is not needed for this plant much. It doesn't require any fancy fertilizer, but you can provide any regular fertilizer like compost, vermicompost once a month, but it will also do very well without any fertilizer. Now let's talk about dormancy care. Now as I told you earlier, this plant generally has a tendency of going into dormancy mode or sleep mode after summers, that is during the winters and the monsoons. But it may also happen that your plant may never go into dormancy mode. It can simply slow down its growth or stop producing new leaves. Now if you notice that your plant has completely stopped producing leaves and it has shaded all its leaves and flowers, then it's an indication that it has gone into dormancy mode. Now the plant does this simply to take rest and hides inside its tubers and again come back to normal growth when the conditions are right. Now during this period, what you need to do is stop watering the plant completely and place your plant in a shaded area for at least 2 to 4 weeks. and after 2 to 4 weeks, once you see new shoots appearing, again bring it back to normal sunlight and start watering it regularly. But if you observe that your plant has simply slowed down the growth, don't do anything. You don't need to worry about it. Now there are 3 types of common issues that people generally face while growing this plant. First is the yellow leaves, second is the brown leaves or slow growth, and third is the leaves curling upward. Now if you observe that the leaves of your plant are turning yellow, it means that you are overwatering the plant. Simply water your plant only when the top layer of the soil goes completely dry. Now if the leaves of your plant are turning brown or the plant is slowing down its growth, it indicates that it is entering into the rest mode. You don't need to do anything and worry about it. Now the third issue is the leaves curling upward. Now this is the indication that you are underwatering the plant. That is, don't allow the soil to get completely dry for a continuous period of 2 to 3 days. Always keep the soil continuously moist. Now your Oxalis triangularis plant can be easily attacked by powdery mildew or the white fungus. Now as a preventive measure, you can do 2 things to protect your plant from white fungus. First is try to place the plant in an area which has good air circulation. Avoid placing your Oxalis plant in a congested area or along with other plant in group. Also strictly avoid overhead watering. Always water your Oxalis plant at the base of the soil. But even after taking all these preventive measures, if your Oxalis plant is attacked by white fungus, first thing you need to do is discard all the leaves that have been affected by the white fungus. Whenever your Oxalis is attacked by white fungus, the back side of the leaves will turn completely white. So remove the leaves so that other leaves which are good and healthy will be protected. But if at all by any chance your entire Oxalis plant is attacked by white fungus, you don't need to panic or worry. Simply discard all the leaves and replace the upper layer of the soil, and it will get back to normal growth. Now here you can see my Oxalis plant which has been attacked by white fungus. Now as you can see, the back side of the leaves have started to turn white. This is how the leaves get affected. Now here you can see the flowers on my Oxalis plant. Now my Oxalis plant was getting leggy because of the insufficient light, and so I have placed a net on all the 4 sides of the container in order to prevent the leaves from falling apart. Now this is how my Oxalis plant looked during the summers. It had a very healthy and robust growth. Thanks for watching, and I hope that you guys find this video useful. Take care.